Good evening. This is BTV News at 9 o'clock. We are broadcasting live from the capital, Gaborone. My name is Benson Pitero, and of course, I'm not alone.
And I am Tato Kosumori. I'll be bringing you a sports update for tonight.
With that, let's take a look at stories making headlines. Government continue in its endeavor to promote mindset change. And AM 620 participating cyclists urged to document their cycling experience.
Local star Chelsea Shakanyuka advances to the quarterfinals of the JPT Gaborone tennis tournament.
This is BTV News. Interpreting on sign language is Topo Taposa. Government of Botswana remains steadfast on the national mindset change campaign aimed at driving transformation, innovation, as well as entrepreneurship amongst its citizens. The remarks were made this afternoon by President Dr. Masisi at the Mindset Change anniversary held in Soronga. This anniversary comes after the launch of the national mindset change campaign last year in Zutswa, another place in the far-flung reaches of this country. Mujadi Mukibelo with the details.
In an effort to pave a path for a brighter future for all the citizens, the reset agenda has been top of the agenda in government's initiatives to improve people's livelihoods. And to add a cherry on top, the National Mindset Change campaign is in alignment with the Vision 2036, which aspires to transform the economy to a high-lead income.
Ile go amogela gore ha re ka ke ra hitlhella go 2036 ha re ka ke ra godisa itsholelo ka lebelo le re le eletsang gore re hitlhelle go 2036 ha re tswella re ira dilo ya ka ne ntse re di dira mosepelo wa rona o no sa khobe mo go lekanetseng o no sa trepole mo go lekanetseng o no sa sesele mo go lekanetseng no le bonya se ne se batla gore mongwe le mongwe a ipotse gore ke tšhentšha eng gore maduo a tla oketsege.
The campaign has made significant strides amongst communities across the country.
Gompieno ha bona ke bua ke le ga jana re tshela ka dilo tse le gore re ntse re dinyatsa re hitlela le gore ke dilonyana hela ka kra tshela ka tsone. Batho bogologolo dio tse di tshwana le bo dithapini ba di hitlela dilo gompieno di a lwelwa mo di a lwelwa ela o hitlela le gore ha o dirile mokete o sena thapite batho nkare ba ka go ngalela
Lemogang gore di kgomo tsa lona ke madi isang ko BMC le boelwe ke sele ka se boelwang even though re le mo kgaolong ya red zone go nna mo red zoning ha gore di kgomo ya gago ha e ka ke a rekiwa ka madi.
Showing resilience in the entrepreneurship space is regarded as critical on the mindset change drive.
Go tsa lobaka le le kae gore kgwebo e go goroga go bankeng rona ra ithagana hela e sa pega sente e be ra go busiwa re be re hela pelo re be re latha mogopolo o nonneng.
The anniversary marks yet another milestone of government's commitment in transforming and fostering a collective shift in attitudes and perspectives amongst many Botswana in pursuit of achieving the country's economic transformation. Mujadi Mukibelo, BTV News.
The First Lady, Ms. Masisi, urged cyclists participating in the AM 620 Cycling Challenge to document their cycling experiences so that they can serve as an inspiration to the next generation of philanthropists and those who believe in the power of giving back. The First Lady said this at a send-off dinner for the cyclists last night. She says charitable causes play a critical role in advancing government's efforts of improving livelihoods as they usually target initiatives that require clubbed efforts. Kebadiretse Motlosi with more.
A few weeks after launching the Albert Milton Foundation, the First Lady, Ms. Masisi, is sending off a team of 23 cyclists on a 620-kilometer journey from Gaborone to Gantsi. This year's cycling edition does not only mark the 62nd posthumous birthday of the late former BOTSWANA Mining Company General Manager, also an avid cyclist, Albert Milton, but is a continuation of his charitable footprints within local communities. The First Lady asked the cyclists to carry along the impact of these cycling challenges over the next 3 days.
Let us remember the many beneficiaries of previous challenges who now have improved educational facilities and improved access to information. Remember, as Ma Milton said, each pedal stroke brings us closer to the future where every Botswana child can dream, learn and thrive.
Returns from the previous cycling challenges went on to develop social empowerment projects in villages such as Mabudzani, among others.
We believe in sustainable projects, and as a result, we have facilitated the reusable sanitary pads project to empower the GBV victims through the Mabudzani Sub-District Council. We have built classroom blocks, library, and ICT hub. We have provided school finisher, photocopy machine, and a screening machine for cancer to the organization The Journey of Hope.
We should never take for granted the fact that there is abject poverty in our communities, and there is a role for government to play in our communities, but also a role that our collaborative efforts can play in terms of alleviating poverty, contributing to the goodness of or to the good of communities.
The cyclists were also encouraged to remember the difference this cause will create for those in need.
Your dedication to this cause reminds us all of the power of unity and the impact that a single action can have on the lives of many. You're not just cyclists, you're champions of hope. You are agents of change and true heroes in every sense.
This event does a lot, not just for the charitable cause that it is actually aiming at benefiting. It does a lot for the sport of cycling. Where do you get an opportunity to do this sort of training? Where do you get an opportunity to ride this sort of distances supported?
The AM 620 Cycling Challenge edition is expected to also contribute towards empowering communities in sectors such as education, ICT development, and the fight against social ills. Kibadiritse Motlose, BTV News, Gaborone.
Meanwhile, the First Lady, Ms. Naoma Sisi, this morning sent off AM 620 cyclists who will embark on a 620-kilometer cycling experience from Gaborone to Khanzi in just 3 days. And the cycling challenge for Albert Milton Foundation aligns with the mandate of the First Lady's Office of Advocacy, Empowerment and Helping the Less Privileged. And this specific challenge is geared towards charity to improve the lives of disadvantaged members of the society. The First Lady, Ms. Naoma Sisi, cycled from Gaborone to Boatle as a guest cyclist to lend her support towards this noble cause. The AM 620 cyclists will, however, continue the journey to cycle through Gaborone to Jwaneng route and Jwaneng Kang on the Trans-Kalahari Highway until they arrive at the final destination. Moving on, the Minister of Health, Dr. Edwin Dikoloti, says the private sector played an important role in reducing HIV/AIDS transmissions in Botswana by developing and implementing prevention strategies for their employees. Dr. Dikoloti said this at an HIV/AIDS forum between the Ministry of Health and Botswana Business Coalition on AIDS. Kiulebogile Redpotsane with the details.
Statistics from the Ministry of Health show that there are currently 360,000 people living with HIV/AIDS in Botswana, while mother-to-child transmission is below 2%. The country has also exceeded the United Nations program on HIV/AIDS 95-95-95 target, which calls for people living with the HIV virus to be aware of their status and to enroll on antiretrovirals program to suppress their viral load.
By providing updates on the current situational analysis of HIV and AIDS, STIs, NCDs, and of course COVID-19, we will better understand the health landscape and the role each one of us can play in making a positive impact. The top ceremonies, it is also crucial that we clarify the mandates of key stakeholders in the private sector.
We will make sure that all the health gadgets or promotional materials or that we relate to like the condoms, we will make sure they reach our workplaces at all the time. Hence today we have BBC as the distribution center for Gaborone.
9% here. This is the proportion of the population of adolescents and young girls who are 15 to 24. They make up 9% of the Botswana population, right? However, when it comes to new infections, they make 27% of new infections.
It was also revealed that it's important to have a healthy workforce in order to boost production.
BOTSWANA ne nna kompone ya ntlha gore e ntshe diritibatsi ibile gore diritibatsi se gona ga ritibatsa mogare hela thata.
BOTSWANA was the first company to give its employees antiretrovirals, and that greatly reduced the number of deaths that occurred because of HIV/AIDS.
0.2% jaaka re bua.
On Mondays, employees do gather. They've given something like 15 to 30 minutes for educational purposes, whereby we share topics, various topics, including HIV/AIDS, whereby people are educated about the available programs, the HIV, available programs, the NCDs, and many others.
Still at the HIV/AIDS Forum, Dr. Dikoloti said government is working on integrating mental health into primary health care so people can access services easily. BTV News, Gaborone.
The Commissioner of the Botswana Police Services, Ms. Diana Marate, has announced the upcoming simultaneous groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of 28 police stations to be officiated by the President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, on the 20th August. Ms. Marate said that the construction is an integral part of the service's mandate of ensuring the safety of the nation. The Commissioner was speaking at a press conference held in Gaborone yesterday. Tsolofelo Tombale compiled this one.
The Botswana Police Service has chosen to undertake an ambitious project of building 28 police stations across this nation to further their efforts of protecting the public, a project that has already been approved under the Transitional National Plan. When updating members of the media, Ms. Marate said that the groundbreaking for the construction of the stations will be held this month at the same day, same time. Ms. Marate said that the stations will be constructed at an amount of over 1 billion pula.
The model facility is a single-story office block comprising 9 offices, 7 staff houses, 2 vehicles, office furniture, ICT equipment, and other support resources.
She also highlighted that the new adopted police station policy has helped to support them with resources.
We would soon be receiving 20 vehicles that will be donated to Botswana Police Service by the banking authority in this country. In the past, the other corporate agencies, like the mining component, had donated several vehicles to the Botswana Police Service.
Further, the Botswana Police Service has said that they will continue with their recruitment drives, expecting to allocate a further 1,000 new positions during the 2024-2025 financial year. Tsolofelo Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
You're live with BTV. And this is our 9 p.m. news. Moving on, Gaborone City Mayor Mr. Austin Abraham says that it is important to nurture artistic talent as a form of expression, even that demonstrated by City Council staff. The mayor said that at a handover of the choir uniforms to the council by First Capital Bank on Monday, during which he praised the bank for helping support his staff's talents. Tsolofelo Tombale with more.
The tenets of corporate social responsibility have become a standard among the local companies, as evidenced by various initiatives funded wholly by the private sector, including the construction of parks around the Gaborone area. The newest beneficiary of this trend is the Gaborone City Council, which recently received a donation of choir uniforms by First Capital Bank.
The uniform is more than just clothing. It symbolizes the recognition of talent that exists within our council. It reminds us that our voices matter and encourages us to shine brighter as we share our gift of music with the community.
As someone with passion for music and singing, I truly appreciate how this can, connect people. And when the call came and said we would want to get a donation from you for the uniform of our people, it's something that was not a struggle to make a decision on. We spoke about it, even the CEO then agreed. We hope that it will enhance the talent, because what gives people joy and happiness is beyond just work.
The bank highlighted that these efforts are in line with their desire to improve its community outreach.
First Capital Bank seeks to make a positive contribution to our community. We'd love to be in the audience one day and enjoy the choir's performance. First Capital Bank remains dedicated to supporting meaningful initiatives, and we look forward to strengthening our ties with the community in the future.
The two organizations maintain that they would continue collaborating together for the betterment of the council and the city at large. Solafala Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
The leader of the Umbrella for Democratic Change, UDC, Advocate Duma Boko, called upon party members to vote in large numbers in the upcoming general elections in order to bring the party's policies into fruition, stating that it is the only way to solve the country's problems. Advocate Boko said this at the launch of the Umbrella for Democratic Change 2024 manifesto held in Klokoeng this past weekend. With more.
Advocate Boko says Umbrella for Democratic Change collaborated with its members to create the manifesto for the upcoming general elections. In the manifesto, the party promised to create 100,000 jobs in 12 months.
Inclusive growth, quality lives.
After voting for us, it's within your right to refer to the party manifesto and hold us accountable.
The Umbrella for Democratic Change.
The party leaders all vowed to fight for women inclusion and empowerment.
National Medical Insurance Scheme.
We will offer every girl child in the country free sanitary pads, and we will also offer citizens free medical insurance.
2019 primary le kwa secondary.
Bagodi ba tla tokahalwa ke dituelo. Banana ba ba sa berekeng ba tla neelwa sengwe se ba ithekela melora ka sone.
We will review living wages for the elderly, tertiary students and interns.
Baba kileng ba ne ba bereka retiree le mekgatlo e ikemetseng e tla bona se se ba lebanyeng.
The UDC says it will soon roll out the campaign for the national elections. Ke Lebohela Radipotsane, BTV News, Gaborone.
We continue with our news on the international front. Authorities in Cameroon have warned parents against child labor. The government laments that some children spend their summer selling goods on the streets to generate income for their families, and this exposes them to some serious danger.
High cost of living and unemployment rate in Cameroon is said to be pushing many families to release their children to the streets to generate income. Parents argue a single source of income is not sufficient to maintain their everyday needs. That is why they need their children to sell.
They must go and hawk so that we can meet up with our house activities, maybe our clothing, our feeding, yes, our health issues. Because at times we do fall sick. Things are very expensive now in our country.
Reports highlight that young girls who sell on the streets are susceptible to kidnappings and rape. Despite this, some parents do acknowledge the dangers and are fearful for their children.
When they go out there, we pray to God, God protect my children. Because the outside is bad. We cannot predict what can happen out there. Yes, we do have concern, and we caution them. You people should not go and stay out till late.
The government of Cameroon has come up with solutions to the income generation challenge by offering mothers alternative sources of income through vocational training.
The Women Empowerment Center is still here to empower women on that. Make them to be economic viable so that they can take care of their children without even depending on the income that some of those children can give.
Government initiatives providing economic support are said to be essential in preventing child labor. Laonele Khwale, BTV News.
We move on to sports, and Tato Kosimore is on standby. Tatu.
Good evening, Benson. This is Botswana Tonight, our sports segment brought to you by Tato Khosimra. Thank you for joining us. And our leading story tonight, Botswana's Chelsea Chakanyuka has advanced to the quarterfinals of the J30 Gaborone tennis tournament after knocking out BOTSWANA of South Africa by 6-1, 3-6, 7-5 in a round of 16 match played this afternoon at National Tennis Center in Gaborone. Khomza Sefako and Khorata Mweng with more.
Chakanyuka started the match on a high note, breaking Morese's serve time and again, putting her under constant pressure to easily take the set with a 6-1 win. The 18-year-old, however, had a poor start for the second set as she made numerous unforced errors, allowing the South African to get back into the game. She had it tough as she was unable to recover, gave Team Morese a 6-3 win to take the match to the deciding set. The final set was a bit tough and more intense as both wanted to secure a win. The duo extended the lead in the heated match, but Chakanyuka recovered on the 11th game of the third set, taking control of the game to end the match, which lasted for over 2 hours and 30 minutes with a 7-5 win.
The game was quite interesting, I can say. I was not playing the best tennis. Well, I can say in the beginning I was playing quite well. I wasn't too nervous. Everything was flowing. And then as the game was going on, she changed her play a bit, which kind of made me struggle a bit. So as she was playing, she got rhythm and I lost my rhythm, and then I played worse than I usually do. And then from there I had to change my game style, got some support, which really I think carried me through the win, and eventually I won, and yeah. It was a good match.
In the other match played on Wednesday, South Africa's Lisa Marie-Dutoit is through to the next round after beating compatriot Alicia Taylor 3-6, 6-4, 6-4.
It was a very nerve-wracking long match, and I felt like I had to stay in every single point, otherwise I would have let it slip. And it was definitely long and very tedious. And there were definitely moments where if I wasn't focused, then it would have gone very south and it would have gone completely the other way.
Botswana's Naledi Ragwen also advanced to the quarterfinals after knocking out Alicia Rose Taylor of South Africa 6-love, 6-1. Abigail Voslo of South Africa knocked out Botswana's Kakalelo Malumo 6-love, 6-love, while Gita Victor also down by Shile Patswane of Botswana 6-2, 6-love. Finally, Zimbabwe's Chanel Zwakini will also compete in the next round after knocking out Naja Walker of South Africa. Khomza Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Moving on, Botswana gave a rapturous welcome to the Botswana Paris Olympic team yesterday after the team delivered a stunning performance at the just ended 30th edition Olympic Games held in Paris, France. Multitudes of Botswana donned in blue, black and white colors of the national flag thronged and paraded the streets of the capital city, cheering as they followed the team from the airport to the national stadium.
As a parent, I'm really happy for the wonders the team did in Paris. My biggest wish is to see our government build the state-of-the-art stadium for athletics so that we can groom talent from young age locally.
They did a very wonderful job. Hey, they've put us in the map. We are recognized. The first medal motanda to come in Africa. It's Botswana. That's a very wonderful achievement.
I'm happy, guys. I'm excited. Yo, with gold medal. Yo, guys, I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. Yo.
Botswana extended their heartfelt congratulations to the entire team Botswana for working relentlessly to bring glory to Botswana. This is an example that as Botswana we are capable. Like our president always say, we need to change our mindset and believe in ourselves. This win is not for Team Botswana also, but Africa as a whole, because they put us in the world map.
This day means a lot because the is a youth and Kemonana, and this means as Banana Botswana should always keep on pushing, push on your dreams, push on your everything. Like, it's a great thing for I succeed. The dreams are just like everything.
The success also serves as a call to action. The government must prioritize on revival of school sports programs, which are a breeding ground to future champions.
I was so happy to see him.
after the medals that he got. It's really impressing. You can see that Botswana is now on the chart.
For
the youth, the victory should be a wake-up call and start collaborating and play a role in development of our country. I'm really proud of the team and they made us proud. Botswana Paris Olympic team will receive an official welcome reception on Thursday evening at Boipuso Hall. Botswana's success at the Paris Olympics helped to raise Africa's medal haul to 39, 2 more than at the Tokyo Olympic Games, with Kenya scooping 11 in the French capital. Katlaho Kakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Meanwhile, government has made a national call for contributions from citizens and residents to honor the exceptional Botswana athletes by contributing rewards to the champions. Team Botswana clinched a gold medal in the men's 200-meter race and the silver medal in the men's 4x400-meter relay at the 2024 Olympics. A press release from the Office of the President says the government has established dedicated accounts with the Botswana Savings Bank, Stanbic, Absa and FNB to facilitate financial contributions aimed at rewarding the outstanding performance of Team Botswana. It is advised that the public should indicate the references who their pledges are dedicated to, whether individual or team. The press release further states that those making contributions in kind should contact the Botswana National Sport Commission or download a pledge form from the Commission's website. With that said, we come to the end of Botswana Tonight Sports segment. Thank you very much for the privilege of your time. Back to Benson.
Thanks, Tato, and we take a final look at stories making headlines. Government continues in its endeavor to promote mindset change. AM 620 participating cyclists urged to document their cycling experience.
And then sports, the local star Chelsea Chakanyuka advances to the quarterfinals of the J30 Gaborone tennis tournament.
Well, that marks the end of our 9 o'clock bulletin. Up next is weather. Thank you for staying with us.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's The Focus brought to you by Samuel Ramoton. The current satellite picture shows clear skies over the entire country. Even tomorrow, we're expecting clear skies over most areas of the country. In the morning, cold temperatures are expected at Kalahari, with minimums of 5 in Tsani, Tsabo, Millipits and Boxpits, 7 in Veda, while over other areas of the country, we're expecting mild temperatures with the minimums ranging from 8 to about 13 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, warm temperatures are expected over Hanti, Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gatlingkwen, southern, central and northeast, with the maximums ranging from 26 to 28 degrees Celsius. But over northern central, Chobe and Gamiland, we're expecting hot temperatures with maximums ranging from 31 to about 34 degrees Celsius. And as for the fire report, this red spot shows active wildfires in some areas of the country. And there's currently some fires burning near Etsa and Chukumuchu villages, and some are visible in the CKGR, and some are visible at Kalahari near Mansi Cattle Post, others near Mushuba, Lorolwani and Kajani villages. Tomorrow, the fire danger index still shows dangerous to very dangerous conditions over most areas of the country. Therefore, the public is advised to handle fire with caution. And as we continue with the weather forecast, let's have a look at some cities in southern Africa. Partly cloudy conditions are expected over Antananarivo, Dar es Salaam, Nairobi, and Luanda, while over Windhoek and Cape Town are expecting clear skies, and few patches of clouds are expected to be visible over Gqeberha. And over northern Africa, we're expecting some showers over Addis Ababa, Khartoum and N'Djamena, and showers are also expected over Monrovia, while over Rabat and Cairo, expecting partly cloudy conditions, clear skies are expected over Tripolis. That's what the forecast. Have yourself a good night.